project. I hope you will have seen from browsing what this aims to do. If you see here, we've got all the different icons which I've laid on just as an example of what we could do. So if we see the blue button there, we just click it and it will hopefully come up with a photograph. When it's in the non-edit mode, you'll be able to click on that photograph and see it full screen. But it's also got a description, and clearly it's in the right place for 25 Brunswick Road, just here. And we are also doing these crosses, which are articles rather than photographs. So you'll see a link, and that will take you to the link of an article about the grammar school. At the moment, I haven't got a photograph for that, so that doesn't work. But I would like to have a photograph eventually. And so when we have this, it'll have a little icon photograph as well. But the important bit for this one, designated by plus, is the link. And as you can see here, I've put these in a layer called article links. So all of these will take us to a place which has got a link, and then we just click there and it goes to the website again. Hopefully. Get rid of that one as well. Notice the photograph is not working there, so I need to make sure that link and the photograph is correct. So we've got lots of those, but I've kept them all in one separate layer. So if I switch that article links off, you'll see all the crosses disappear. And if we go down here, I've got one which is Marleypins Gallery 1, 2 and 3, and I can then click on that and it'll take me to photograph there, which is at the Burrells, Ham Road. So it hopefully will keep a lot of layers separated, one for each of the gallery sections, so that we can switch them on and off. All the users can switch them on and off, so it's not too cluttered a page, because obviously once we've got 2,000 images on here, they're going to look quite busy. The other thing is we can actually paste videos. So I've put an icon here, Mystery Towers video, which is down here where the Mystery Towers were, and you just click on that and it should play in the window, I think, or maybe it just goes straight to the embed. I'm new to this, so there may be a few tweaks I'll do to what we can actually include on the map, but so far it seems fairly flexible to do links, videos and photographs. None of the photographs are re-uploaded, they're just links to the original media, which is all on shoreandbysea.com. So we're only linking to Shore and by Sea at the moment, because it'll be a map that is linked directly to Shore and by Sea and not a standalone map, although it could be in the future. So how do we do these? How do we add one of these links? Well, what I do normally is I select the layer, and for example today I'm going to do Winton Collection. You'll see the blue bar down the side, and then you can use any one of these icons to adjust or place one of your pins. So let's go to the Winton Collection and let's see what we could place. So here I'm in the Winton Collection, which is in Photos and then Private Collections Winton, but any of the others will be up here accessible, like the Marleypins Galleries. And so what I normally do is I look for I would do it in sequence, but I would look for photographs that I haven't loaded up already and placed in the map, and I'm going to try and place them on site, so on the map. Now here's one, I'm not sure where that is. It looks like it's right opposite where the footbridge is. Yes, it is, Dolphin. So this has got a little number, W5A, and so on a separate page I've actually opened up the catalogue, and it says here W5A is William Winton's energy in his 60s with the rowing race. So I'm going to copy that, and I've got multiple copy facility here. So I use a little app called Copy Clip, which gives me up to 50 saves. The last copies I've done, 50 of them. So that's quite useful. Then I'm going to go back to the photograph and I'm going to control click, which means it opens it up in its own window. So that is important, and I can see now that's the ferry in there, so it's definitely right where the footbridge is. So I'm going to click the URL, and I'm copying that as well, and then I'm going back to my map, this map, and I'm going to find the position, and it looks like it's right opposite what was Dolphin Chambers, which was about here. So I would say that the photograph should be here. So I'm going to put a pin there, add marker, click, and then I'm going to say rowing race, and I'm going to say 1910. I think it's for 1910. And so I then click on the add image, and then it goes to image URL, which we've put into our copy. We've copied already, so I Control V, it then previews it, and you insert the image, and then hopefully it'll load, and you can now add any other text. Now I'm going to go back to one of my previous copies, which was the text description, and I'm going to paste that in there. So I'm going to put Kirker 19, in fact I'm not going to put 1910 because I don't know. And then I save that, and then you'll see it will arrive down here as a rowing race. Now I'm going to change the icon, which I can either do pressing that button here and choose a dot, which is the normal convention for photographs for me. You can change colour, but for the moment I'd keep them all the same. Obviously I've got other icons here for a video, for an aerial photograph, or for a link to an article. And so that one's done. And so if we zoom out, we can just click on it, and if we needed to, we could actually move it slightly whilst we're in edit mode. And so that one's done. And so if we do another one, just for the purposes of argument's sake, better go back to the Winton collection. So I'm going to go back, so swipe left. Hopefully it'll re-upload. It is, slowly. And we'll go down and find another one. So the next one is the Yacht Club. I'm not sure where that is, so I'm going to leave that for this moment. However, this one is Windlesham Gardens. So this is Mill Lane, left and right. Here's the mill. So the photograph would be right opposite where the mill is, now called Mill House. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to make a note that that's W5B. So I'll go to the second tab, W5B. It's just 5B1. So just having a look for the text of that. Right, so this is that one here. So I'm going to copy that. Then I'll go back to the map. I'm going to find the location, which will be where Windlesham Gardens is, just opposite the mill, which I know the mill was about there. So their photograph will be about there. So I'm going to put a pin, Sports Day. I'm going to put the text in there, which I know was that, and then I'm going to go add image URL. I'm just going to go back to my my copy clip, my copy text, paste that in. That'll then put that insert image, and then I'm going to save that, and I'm just going to change the icon to one of a dot, and then put that away, and then click away and just check it does work, which it does. So I would argue that you should really put the dot where the camera is. With aerials, that's quite difficult because they're sometimes quite distant from the actual subject. But maybe put generally where you'd say people would go to think, oh, I understand where that is now. The camera must have been around there, rather than back here. If now I don't know what the argument would be. I'm just saying put it where the camera would be, and that probably would be there. Obviously the camera is pointing south in this case, but I don't think we've got any facility to be able to dictate, show which angle it is. People will work it out, I guess. And even if that isn't the case, then maybe we can put it in the description. I think that's it for the moment. Yes.